YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Anthem Barber coming back at you with another haircut tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be doing a classic high and tight with a hard part and some texture. Shout out to Steel Tooth Comb for this dope comb you see me using. Before any cut, I always like to brush or comb out my client's hair, and I like to get everything to lay in its natural direction. Now that I got everything combed out, I'm now going to take my wall cordless retros and I'm going to begin to set my first guideline, which is going to be my bald guideline. And this is a high and tight, so I am going to set it in high. Now that I got everything knocked down with my trimmer, I'm now going to come through with my Barber Pro Foil FX 02 and I'm going to begin to completely bald them out. And you're going to notice that when I get towards the end of finishing up with the foil shaver, I've mentioned it before, but something that I like to do, because clearly you want to demonstrate a smooth transition from completely bald to stubble. So by doing that, when you get towards the top of that guideline, you're going to use that flick out motion that you see me using now. And sometimes when you do that, it could tend to leave somewhat of a guideline. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come directly in with your foil shaver right at the top of your guide, and you're gonna dab right from the top downwards. Here in a minute you're gonna see me do it and it'll help me explain it a little bit more, but basically what I'm doing right here is I'm just cleaning it up, trying to soften the guide that it did leave. And now you see me using my foil shaver right here, and I'm coming directly from the top of that guide and I'm dabbing downwards. And when you do this, you don't have to worry about it completely removing the stubble, and it will knock down any weight that you see. So now I'm going to take my wall magic clip with the original fade blade and I'm going to begin to set my next guideline. And there's not a whole lot of space here, but I am going to go ahead and stretch it a little so my blend will stretch. So I'd say, you know, it's roughly under a ½ inch. But once that guide is set with the lever completely open, I'll then close my lever like you just see me do, and I'll begin to fade from the bottom of that guide towards the top of that guide, opening my lever little by little, working my way up. And each time that I do that, you're gonna notice that that guide's moving up with me. Clearly you can see it happening right now, and that's okay because that's exactly what we're looking for. By the time we fully open that lever again, that guide will be completely blended out. Alright, so what you guys are going to see me use right here are some Elevate Pro guards, and they're actually really dope. They're somewhat similar to the Wall Premium guards. I'm actually going to have a giveaway, and I'm going to give away 2 sets of these, so you guys stay tuned for that. And so this happens to be the number 1, so I'm going to come back in with my wall magic clip with the lever open with the number 1, and I'm going to begin to set my next guide. And this time when I come in and set my guide, I'm going to use that flick out motion when I get towards the top of that weight of his hair. Once that guide's set, just like you see me do now, I'm going to close my lever and I'm going to begin to fade from the bottom of that guide back up towards the top of that guide, just like the previous guide. But this time I'm going to keep my lever closed and I'm just going to work my way right up to where I left off with the lever open. Typically the 1 leaves weight behind, so that's why I'm going to come in with my Elevate Pro guard. It's the 0.5, so it's the half guard, and I'm going to come in right above where that weight was left and I'm going to begin to attack it, and I'm going to blend it out using the fade process, but this time I'm going to fade downwards. So I'm going to close my lever just like you've seen, and I'm going to continue to close it as needed until that guide's completely blended out. So now that my blend's coming together, I'm gonna do a little clipper over comb so I could start bringing my fade into the top of that hair. So what you're gonna see me do right here is I'm gonna take my steel tooth comb and I'm gonna apply it directly on his head. And I'm gonna place the comb flat. Once it's flat, I'm gonna level it up straight. And I'm trying to keep a boxy look on him. And so I'm going basically directly straight up, and anything that falls in the teeth of my comb, that's what you're gonna see me remove. And I'm gonna do the best that I can to connect my fade to the top of that hair. And usually, I would say 9 times out of 10, there is some weight left behind, and that's okay. You're gonna see me come through with my Elevate Pro 1.5 guard, and then you're gonna actually see me do a fade down process, kind of just cross-checking my fade, making sure that everything is as blurry as it can be. So just like I mentioned when I was doing my clipper over comb, I'm now gonna come in with my Elevate Pro Guard, the 1.5 with the lever open. And right where I just showed you, I'm just gonna begin to attack any weight. And again, I'm gonna use the fade down process. So I'm gonna close my lever as needed, just working out any weight or dark spots that I see. And after I finish up with the 1.5 guard, you're gonna see me switch over to my 1 guard and then to my 0.5 or my half guard. And like I said, I'm doing detail work right here. So I'm coming in with my lever open and I'm just closing my lever as needed, blending downwards, cross-checking my fade. So while I got your guys' attention for a second, I just want to say shout out to my boy Tito Beats for this fire that you hear in your ear. Make sure you click the link in the description, give his channel a look, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, let him know that your boy Amp the Barber sent you. I also want to say shout out to Elevate for sending these guards to me. I hella appreciate it. I'm really excited because I want someone else to go ahead and get to experience these, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a giveaway. So right here you're gonna see that I'm gonna set in his hard part, and anytime I set anybody's hard part, the only thing that I'm really concerned about is kind of just clearing out that weight in there, not necessarily making it as sharp as it can be. And you're gonna see that later on I'll come through with my razor and I'll detail that out. So all I'm really trying to do is I'm just trying to set the foundation for what I want to give him later. So he's actually comfortable with the length on top, but he does like a textured look to himself. So right here what I'm going to do, some call it channeling, some call it slithering, but what I'm doing is I'm coming in with my shear basically somewhat all the way closed, slightly open towards the tip, and I'm slithering my way across the hair. And when you do this, you're going to feel the hair just like you would like running a razor or shears down a piece of paper. You feel the hair cutting, and anytime that you feel the shear getting ready to get stuck, you go ahead and open and close it just a little bit. You see me doing it now. And what this gives is a really nice textured look to your client. And when you do this, you don't have to be really concerned about knocking too much hair off or doing too much. It's a really nice textured look, but it's nothing too crazy. So for those of you that haven't tried it, I would suggest just trying it. Don't be scared, just jump right into it. You know, if you don't get in, you can't swim, you know what I'm saying? So get in there, splash around, and have some fun. Anyway, so right here in the front, what you're gonna see me do is some point cutting, and this is just another way to add texture to the hair. And I'm just doing this to the front because he likes that forward look with a little spike in the front. So this is just a way to give them a little bit of extra texture, and what it's going to do is it's going to take away from any blunt look when his hair stands up. So now that I did that, I'm going to continue to do a little detail work and just kind of tidy everything together. Again, you see me using clipper over comb. Again, shout out to Steel Tooth Comb, and I absolutely love this comb. It's super dope. I advise all you guys to hit that link in the description and go ahead and check them out. So right here, like I said, you're gonna see me do my detail work with my razor and his hard part. So anytime that I apply a razor to any client, I like to stretch the skin. So you see me with my thumb, the placement on his head, and then you see me stretch every time I go in with my blade. And I do that regardless of wherever I'm at on the head. If I'm applying a blade to my client, I'm stretching their skin. And I like to shave dry. A lot of my clients don't mind it, so I go ahead and do it. I'm just a little more comfortable with it. And I feel like it leaves the client a little more cleaner than you know, applying a shave gel and everything sticking to that shave gel and not necessarily cleaning off. A lot of my clients come in, get cut, they love the way I style them out. I keep the hair off them, and they go on about their day. They're not going home and showering. And so that's kind of my reasoning behind it. But anytime, like I said, you see me apply the razor, I constantly stretch the skin. So now that everything's coming together, I'm really happy with everything. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some product right here. My client likes a really strong hold, so that's what I'm using. I forget what it's called. Sorry, I just turned my head, but I forget what it's called. I think it's something sexy. Anyways, it's a really strong hold. So right here, you just see me applying the product, and in a minute, you're gonna get ready to see the final product. So here is a look at the final cut, and I think it came out fire. If you did too, or you got anything useful out this, I ask that you smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, I suggest you stick around, subscribe. It's only gonna get doper from here. It's been a minute since I dropped a tutorial, but I'm not even gonna lie, I miss it. I miss it so much that you need to turn on that post notification, that little bell alert, because I'm getting ready to flood YouTube with content. I also got this dope little giveaway. I'm going to be giving away not one, but 2 sets of these Elevate Pro guards, and they're dope. So you don't want to miss out on that. I appreciate y'all. Be blessed and be a blessing. I'm out.